I just turned 25 last week. That is a quarter of a century. I am officially old. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be chill. It's just going to be me talking about turning 25, what I've learned throughout the early part of my 20s, and what I hope to achieve in 2024. So yes, I did turn 25 last week, and that is something. That 25 hits differently. I think it marks the end of the student life chapter and it opens up the new working adult chapter. In the past 5 years, so much has happened. I have changed a lot. There's been a lot of growth, a lot of struggles, and a lot of celebrations as well. The first thing that I learned is that there is constant room for improvement. We're not perfect, and there's always going to be something that we can work on. You know, the thing is, I feel like we are very quick to point out flaws and toxic traits in other people, but it's a lot harder to point it out in ourselves. And I think it's because it's a really hard pill to swallow, knowing that you have toxic traits, but change is necessary. I think especially the past 2 years have just been revelation and me trying to improve myself, be a better daughter, be a better friend, be a better partner, be a better sister, and also, most importantly, be a better person to myself. Because if anything, I'm someone who's extremely hard on herself. No one sets higher expectations on myself than myself. On one hand, it's a good thing because I really push myself to get what I want, and on the other hand, it makes it a lot harder to deal with like setbacks or when I don't get what I want, and that's something that I'm trying to work on. Another thing that I learned is to hold yourself accountable. The thing is, we have all had different childhood experiences growing up. We've all had different problems, different traumatic experiences, and it does shape us to be who we are today. It does contribute to our trigger points or how we react to certain things. And a lot of the time, I think it's very easy for us to just blame it on our childhood or blame it on other people for our reactions and our toxic behavior. So hear me out. It's important to know why we react the way we react and where it stems from. But at the end of the day, it's up to us to do something about it, because we can't go around playing the blame game and using our traumatic experiences and using like whatever we have faced in the past to justify how we behave today. I think this is especially true when you truly become an adult and you are no longer under your parents' roof. There's only so far you can go by putting the blame on other people. And if you realize that you have negative points, then it is your responsibility to do something about it, to become a better person to yourself and to everyone else around you. I'm not saying that it's something easy, because change is hard. It's hard to break a pattern. Hell, it's even hard to recognize a pattern or to recognize a toxic trait that you have. But I think it's about wanting to make that change yourself. Like, go to therapy, talk to people about it, read up on how you can deal with those issues. In the long run, I'm pretty sure that it's going to do us and the people around us a whole lot of good. Another thing that I learned is to be nicer to your parents, because they're humans at the end of the day, and I think as much as we want them to be perfect and be good on like every single aspect, they make mistakes just like you and me. And although it's hard to accept that our parents aren't perfect, I think it gives you like a lot of inner peace just accepting them as any other human being. Obviously, this is all easier said than done. But I also think that when you stop expecting the people around you to change, especially when you know you can't change them, and just learn to love and accept them for who they are, you will have a lot more peace of mind. It doesn't mean that you're giving up on them or that you just don't care about them anymore. It's just you acknowledging that people are different and it's okay. And we can learn to live with those differences, but still love the person anyway. Damn, did I just rhyme? And moving on to what I want to focus on 2024, I think the main thing that needs my utmost focus is my physical and my mental health. Meaning taking care of my mind, my body, my thoughts, my wellness, my spirituality overall. I think when you're like young, you don't really think about these things that often, but for me, I think it's always better to start taking care of yourself earlier on for the later future. And that means eating healthy and not just like me snacking away 5 times a day or eating a bowl of yogurt for breakfast that is barely nutritional. I used to try to restrain my budget on my groceries to do other things like travel and whatnot like years ago, but this year I want it to be different. And that doesn't mean that I want to splurge on food. No, it just means that I'm going to stop feeling guilty when I want to buy better quality food to cook at home. It also means investing in sports. So I used to be part of a gym, but I didn't continue my membership because my life was pretty unstable and I didn't know where I was going to be, so I didn't want to, commit to it financially. And so I did try like ClassPass for a month and a half with the free trials, and I thought I was just going to try it out for the fun of it. But in the end, I realized that it did me a lot of good, especially mentally. It was sort of like that little time in the week that I spend on myself, that I go to a new gym and I explore a new type of exercise and a new neighborhood as well. And so I think it's worth paying for the good that it does on my mental and my physical well-being. And if you guys want to try ClassPass, then use my link in the description box because you will get free credits and so will I, and that's a win-win situation, my friends. The second goal of 2024 is to invest more in myself. So I want to take my Italian to a good fluent working level of proficiency, and I was hesitating between Italian and Spanish, but the truth is I just love the Italian language so much more, and also everything about the culture. And because I'm also in the luxury industry, I think it would make a lot more sense for me to learn Italian compared to Spanish. And besides working on my language, I also want to start reading more. I'm going to try to finish one book per month. So far, I finished one book, so I think it's a good start, and let's keep going ahead. The reason I want to read more is because I think we spend too much of time on the screen, doom scrolling nowadays, that it's horribly affecting our attention span, and I don't want to zombify myself. And I think reading is important because not only it's a healthy habit, it also helps me maintain my English because I speak French more in my day-to-day life now. And on the other hand, you constantly learn a lot from reading. I used to love reading when I was a kid. Like, I was always that kid with a book in a hand. And it just stopped when I came to France because I was just so focused on my studying that I didn't, allow myself to have other like fun hobbies and stuff. But now that's changed. And overall, I think it's just a really good, healthy habit to have. The third goal is the financial goal. I want to put aside at least 25% of my salary, of my monthly salary, into my savings account. And on top of that, I also want to start learning how to invest. The truth is, I don't want to spend the rest of my life living paycheck to paycheck. I really want to have that financial freedom and also have the financial ability later on to give the best care in the world to my entire family. So I think it's really important to start seriously putting money aside and knowing how to make that money grow. Also, it's just about having a peace of mind. Like, there was a point in my life where I was so stressed out and I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to like get through the month and like have food on the table. And because I had to take out money for a new deposit, rent, shifting expenses, and stuff like that, it's a lot of money, even though it's not like money that you are spending because you're going to get it back when you get your deposit back, but still the money is going to be gone from your bank account. And in that moment, during that difficult period, was when I told myself I don't want to feel this stressed up again, and I want to make sure that if an emergency happens, I have the financial means to get me through the problem with a peace of mind, because I think that peace of mind is the most important thing. And the fourth goal is all about YouTube and content creation. So I've been spending the entire year of 2023 uploading one video per week, and it was just like touching ground, just trying to build that habit, which I've done so far, so yay me. And this year I think it's going to be more on improving my content. I'm also going to continue to post once a week, and my goal is to hit the monetization criteria by the end of June 2024, so fingers crossed. I really hope I get that. And I'd also like to be more active on Instagram. I've just always liked taking aesthetic photos of buildings, sceneries, myself, food, and sharing it with you guys. So I want to be more smart on what I'm posting on Instagram. That's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as it would mean so much to me. And I'll see you in my next video. Ciao!